All right, we're back. I hope you got something to drink. We got another game up tonight. It's the second game of our doubleheader this evening, and tonight, now, we're over in Division B with the friendly neighbor Kaiju, looking to keep their hopes alive here in the Spike Magazine Trophy. They're trying to advance to the semifinals tonight. We've got the mighty Tighty Whiteys versus the friendly neighbor Kaiju. It's Artificial Bunny versus Merrick. Norse versus Lizardmen. It's Naked Boys versus Lizards. We're going to cut this pregame real short since we're about 30 minutes behind to the originally scheduled start time of this game. So I don't want to delay the coaches any longer, but we'll take a look at the standings real quick. We'll talk for 1 minute about the two teams and then we'll get underway. In Division A, with Skitter Twitch Die's win against the Brewmeisters just a few moments ago, they'll advance into second place. That means that they've definitely eliminated the Masters of MAML, and they've effectively eliminated the Dead Presidents. The Dead Presidents would have to win their game by 6 in order to advance, or they can win by 5, and then it'll be a playoff match against Skitter Twitch Die. Of course, there is the other team that is remaining in Division A, and that is War Horsemen's Damaged Dragons. They will play later in the week. If they win, they will advance ahead of Skitter Twitch Die. They will take that second spot and advance into the semifinals. Man, I am not doing well tonight. In Division B, that's where we are tonight. It's going to be the friendly neighbor Kaiju versus the mighty Tighty Whiteys. The mighty Tighty Whiteys have been eliminated from the competition. The Dinnerbell Darlings will be advancing. The only other two teams remaining in Division B will be Donkey Teeth and friendly neighbor Kaiju. If Donkey Teeth win, that's it. They advance. The friendly neighbor Kaiju, they need to win tonight. If they win and Donkey Teeth loses, so here's how this works. If the friendly neighbor Kaiju win by 1 and Donkey Teeth loses, then the friendly neighbor Kaiju and Donkey Teeth are going to, no, it's going to go to the tiebreaker. Let's see. So let's say friendly neighbor Kaiju wins 1-0. That's going to bring them up to 11-5 at a +6. If Donkey Teeth loses, that'll bring them down to a +5. So the friendly neighbor Kaiju would win. So the friendly neighbor Kaiju just need to win, and Donkey Teeth loses in order for the friendly neighbor Kaiju to advance. If Donkey Teeth wins or draws, they will advance in Division B. The mighty Tighty Whiteys will be the home team tonight. That's Artificial Bunny's team. They are coming in at a TV of 1160. They've got they've got a 10-player roster. They're down a lineman. All their linemen come with the block skill. They can pick up a new one for 50K. I imagine they might. He might say, you know what, I want to keep the 50K in the bank. Maybe I want something else instead. Maybe I want a different positional. And he gets away with the journeyman. One journeyman's not too bad. He's got 3 TRRs, 1 apothecary, 1 fan factor. This is a team identified by low armor and lots of block and frenzy. He's got 4 players with frenzy. He's got all but 2 players with the block skill. He wants to be taking those blocks, but he wants to be keeping his players safe. He can do that with the frenzy skill. He can push players out of position, but in turn, he has to be careful that he is not putting his own players out of position in kind. The number 11 runner has leveled up to pick up 1 point of strength. He's going to be up against this really tough lizard team. The friendly neighbor Kaiju, they're coming in at a TV of 1350, but it's going to be one. If a journeyman, no, it doesn't matter if it's journeyman, so it's going to be 140K going to the mighty Tighty Whiteys. Pick up a wizard. Come on, keep money in the treasury. Pick up a wizard. Let's do it. 1 Crocs, 5 of the 6 Sarses, and everybody else is a skink on this roster. One of the Sarses is leveled up and picked up the block skill. He's desperately in need of a bunch of block skills on these Sarses. Wants to level them up ASAP, and unfortunately, one that could level up, he's out this game, so he's going to be earning no SPP. He's got lots of SPP on the skinks because they tend to be the ones that score. Tsitsuyaku, the number 10 skink, has picked up sprint. He has an extra point of strength. That is huge. He has an extra point of AG on number 11. He's got a blodger in number 12. He's got another player with sprint. He's got 3 TRRs, 1 apothecary, 4 fan factor. Clive says he needs to get the Sarses to make some passes for SPP. No. I think the Mighty Tighty Whiteys, they're going to go skink hunting. That's how they win tonight. If they can hunt down these skinks and murder them, which they can with all that block and frenzy, they can come out on top tonight. Otherwise, the friendly neighbor Kaiju, they're going to play Lizard Ball, right? They've got, strength 4 on the Sauruses, which is great for the 2-die blocks. The problem is they're up against a lot of players with the block skill. So that's one more die face that is unsafe for the friendly neighbor Kaiju. So they have to be a little careful of that. They also have to be careful of all their Sauruses getting locked down. A couple of solid marks on a Saurus at AG1 means they're not going anywhere. And it can be very easy to lock down the Saurus and keep him out of the drive that way. So Merrick's going to have to be very careful with his positioning. He's going to need to know when he wants players to be free and able to move, and when he wants to actually go in and take the hits. He's got to be very careful about going up against all this block. Even though he's the stronger team, I don't know if he's necessarily the bashier team. Block changes things. But he does want to be taking as many blocks as he can because he's up against a very fragile team. When you're up against AB7, you want to block, 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 and try to get that player advantage. And if he can do that, he can come out ahead. So without further ado, let's delay these coaches no longer and head on over to Cabal TV. All right, the game is already underway. It looks like the friendly neighbor Kaiju are on offense. They got the ball in the hands of a Saurus. What have I missed? All right. Turn 1, and naturally the Mighty Tighty Whiteys got that wizard. I love to see it. Mighty Tighty Whiteys with the +1 fame advantage. They are on defense. They're trying to close in on these skinks. Try to murder a few skinks. Gets a dodge push. Frenzy follow-up. 2-die frenzy follow-up. Another dodge push. Try to set up for a skink surf. Potentially on a future turn here. Gets that strength 4 runner going commando into position in front of this lizard offense. Gets the 2-die block on number 6 here. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. Well done. Wow. Wow, we're in the middle of the game, but great defense here by the Mighty Tighty Whiteys. Clive says I leave for 3 seconds and the Saurus has the ball. I know, right? Turn 2 now for the friendly neighbor Kaiju. They have been pushed into the right wide zone somehow. Don't know what happened on turn 1. But now it's turn 2. They might just want to pull this ball back and reset. I honestly don't know if I like a Saurus having the ball. It's just so easy to lock a Saurus down. Although we were talking about how he needs SPP on these Sauruses, I guess this is a way to do it. Exactly. Under a minute to go for friendly neighbor Kaiju. No action yet. goes for a 50-50 handoff. Works out. 2 SVP on the Saris, so a TD would bring him up to 5. Wow, GFIs to mark under Werewolfman Jack, the number 2 Wolfwerner. Probably going to try to shift this ball back to mid-pitch. Indeed, he does just that. Well done. Surprised he went for the GFI without standing up the Crocs. He's going to try a Crocs Blitz. Five seconds to go. Yeah, he's going for the Crocs Blitz. 2-die Blitz gets the knockdown. Well done. Knocks down the number 7 lineman, Depends. And now he gets to move number 13 in position onto the cage. Cage is back on the friendly neighbor Kaiju's own 4-yard line. Good stunty dodge by Puke. The number 13 Skink takes an uphill block. Oh. Takes an uphill block, gets stunned for his trouble, rolled into a skull. And that'll be a turnover. .30 seconds into turn 2 for the mighty Tighty Whiteys. They've moved the Berserker, Long John II, number 8. He's going to move back into position on the defensive line here. He's the left defensive end in front of the cage. Going commando, the runner will move right behind him. 2-die Blitz on a Saurus, trying to surf a Saurus. Here we go. Well done. 1-man player advantage for the mighty Tighty Whiteys. KO as well. With all that frenzy. These spaces? None of these spaces are safe. These are all dangerous spaces to end your turn in. It's the knockdown on number 3. Looking for a 10 plus. Man, I have this like Power Toys like feature enabled. Whenever I hit control, it'll like show me where my cursor is, which is fine, except when I'm playing Blood Bowl. It gets obnoxious very quickly. Turn 3 for the friendly neighbor Kaiju now. They have 2 rerolls remaining in the half. Really, their game plan here on offense is to take some blocks, keep the ball secure, try to get that player advantage. Exactly like that. They get a KO on Diaper Dan. Well done. No need to take risk. Just take the blocks. Take the blocks. Don't get risky with them. If you can't take a block you want to take, don't take it. Wait until you can open up a hole. Those skinks are very, very fast. We saw the gutter runners in the Skaven matchup in the first game of tonight's doubleheader. They had an MA of 9. It's very fast. These skinks, man, look how fast they can go. And the two with sprint, they get an extra point of GFI movement. So, I mean, they can cover nearly the entire pitch. Stands up the Crocs. Looks like he's going to shift his cage one space to the left. He's got 2 skinks to shift. Good dodge. Good dodge by number 12. Now it's turn 3 back to the Mighty Tighty Whiteys. Takes another mark on the skink. Even though those skinks are stunty and have dodge, the more you can make your opponent roll dice, the better. Cliffy says, does one of those skinks have AG4? Yeah, it's the back left corner of the cage, this skink here. 2-die block on the Crocs. Gets a push. Blitz on the cage. 2-die blitz. Gets a push. Has to follow up here. Man, got lucky on that 1-die block. Two-die block against Lavasioth. The number 3 Saris will get the knockdown. Has to follow up due to Frenzy. 4 players on the pitch for the Mighty Tighty Whiteys have Frenzy. That is a lot of Frenzy. It can be good and that can be bad. Frenzy allows you to roll more block dice, which is good. Gets an injury on Diablos. Wow! Well done. 1-man player advantage for the Mighty Tighty Whiteys now. 10v9 on the pitch. That is a Saris permanently out of the game. Two Sarises are out of the drive. He started with 5. He's down to 3. And 2 of them have been effectively picked off. You can see they're prone all the way on the other end of the ball here. I thought he was going to move that Saris down pitch. Throw to the Saris! Two-die block on Pants Squatch. That ain't gonna cut it. Spends a reroll, gets the knockdown. Friendly neighbor Kaiju down to 1 reroll for the half. Clive says, don't listen to Ava, Merrick. He does not have your best interest at heart. Throw to the Saris. What's the worst that could happen? Wow. Whoa. Tried to shoot down pitch in the left wide zone. Went for the GFI. Not sure why. He wouldn't have been safe, but failed the GFI, got injured, and now that ball is sitting there for the Mighty Tighty Whiteys to grab. Risky play didn't work out. Two-man player advantage now for the Mighty Tighty Whiteys. Ten v8 on the pitch. Signers says the skink was juicing. Was he? Because he just like, his ankle exploded. Two die block on Zora Magdaros. The number 8, Saurus, gets a knockdown. Saurus is with that massive AV of 9. It's a 10 plus to break armor. So a common trend in Games Workshop games like this is like injuries, for lack of a better word, like causing actual harm, is a series of die rolls, right? So if any one of those die rolls in the chain is difficult, it just becomes that much harder to get the injury or the damage that you're looking for, right? In Blood Bowl, it's you gotta roll the block dice and get a knockdown, and then I gotta roll the armor break. I gotta roll the 2d6 and break armor, and then I've gotta roll on the injury table, and then if it's a casualty, I gotta roll on the CAS table, the d68. In something like 40K, it's very similar, right? You have to roll for hits, and then, for each hit, you gotta roll for wounds, and then for every wound, your opponent gets to roll a save. And so when you have pieces like a Saurus here with an AV of 9, getting that it makes removing them so much harder. Or at least so much harder than it appears. Gets a push on number 6. Turn 5 now for the friendly neighbor Kaiju. Second quarter begins. They have lost the ball. It's been recovered by Gawain Commando, the number 11 runner. Mighty Tighty Whiteys have possession of the ball on their own 14-yard line. Minute 6 seconds left. Friendly neighbor Kaiju trying to figure out what to do here to try to get this ball back. Their offense is kind of in shambles here. Their formation is all disjointed. They're going for the GFI blitz, double skulls. They re-roll this with their final re-roll. They get the PAL here, looking for an 8+. They don't get it, but they're going to take a mark on the ball carrier. The ball carrier is strength 4. So 1 assist will make that a 2-die block coming back against that Saurus. I think the friendly neighbor Kaiju need to be really careful of having their team left behind. Fail the boneheaded roll with the Crocs. That effectively puts them down yet another player for at least a turn. 2-die block on number 10 gets a push on Gunter Pants. Goes for the foul. Wow. Goes for the foul. Got nothing out of it. And got sent off. If you roll doubles at any point during a foul, you're called off the pitch. And that is a 3-man player advantage for the Mighty Tighty Whiteys with 3 permanent removals. Risky foul there. He figured, you know what? I'll risk a skink. I have one in reserve, but didn't get anything out of it. Boot Polish rooting for the Norths. Pepe says, man, I think AV sold himself short in this game. Yeah, I don't I don't think this was in the bag at all. I don't think this is clearly in favor of the Lizards. I think it would be clearly in favor of the Lizards if they were a leveled, if they were like a mid-TV Lizard team, then I do think this matchup would favor the Lizards. But at low TV, I don't think it favors them at all. Mighty Tighty Whiteys advance the ball to their own 6-yard line. They have 2 rerolls remaining as they start the second half here. Friendly Neighbor Kaiju with no rerolls remaining. Two-die block against Zora Magaros gets the knockdown. Berserker Tempest says, you are correct, good sir. Low TV Lizards are a strong positional team. Gets the knockdown on the frenzy follow-up against Levassioff here. Whenever I switch to the replay, for whatever reason, it must be the key combination, I'm not sure, but it removes whatever overlay I have on the game. It's annoying. Turn 6 for the Friendly Neighbor Kaiju now. 3 turns remaining. At this point in the game, they might potentially get the ball back, but I think they're looking to just stop the score. Two-die block against Freeball and Frank. He's all the way back on Mighty Tighty Whitey's own 14-yard line. He gets a push out of this. With no rerolls remaining, Merrick has to be very careful about his action order here. He might want to get his Crocs back in the game. Unless he's thinking about taking the blitz with the Crocs. But I don't think he blitz with the Crocs here. I think you just make sure you get your tackle zones back. He's going to go for the blitz. Yeah, so he failed the boneheaded roll and lost his blitz for the turn. Always a risk with big guys. Moves the number 13 skink. Puke back into the safety position, as does with the Girototis. Fails the third skink dodge. Gets stunned for his trouble. He had a reroll on that due to the dodge skill, but as you can see, failed the reroll. Turn 6 now for the Mighty Tighty Whiteys. They're going to be absolutely trying to score in this half. They might even spend the wizard to do that. If they can score in this half, they'll be on offense in the second half. Boot Polish says, unlike a GFI, Boneheaded is only an 888% failure rate. Yes, indeed. Yeah, now the Mighty Tighty Whiteys are going to pick off this Crocs. They're going to get a player in between the Crocs and where the Crocs wants to go. And with an AG of 1, unless that Crocs blitzes, he can't really get to where he needs to be. He'll be out of the drive. Mighty Tighty Whiteys just trying to pick off the rest of this defense here, trying to put the score in the bag. Gunter Pants will move in front of the ball carrier at some point. Oh boy, he's going to blitz first. Good luck. Oh, he did it. Good luck. You got a dodge push out of that. Spent the reroll. Man. Man. Is he going to take the both down result? No, he takes the push. Fair enough. Man. Spent the reroll. Succeeded on the loner roll, and that means that he kept the drive alive. Well done. That'll be the turn. Turn 7 coming up for the friendly neighbor Kaiju. Oh, he decides to move Gutter Pants out a little further to the left here. Wants to try to prevent Puke from getting in on the ball carrier. Gets the knockout on Zora Magdaros. Well done. Maybe says that's the nice thing about my Brett team. No loner. Yeah. It's nice not having loner. I really enjoy it. Turn 7 for the Red and Neighbor Kaiju now. And a human team in season 1, and that ogre boy, man. And then season 2, I had a 1 elf team without the big guys. Not that it would have mattered, but really, you've got lots of loner on a fragile team. You've always got loner. 3-die up, hill blitz. It's gonna be a push. He's gonna push him toward the end zone. He'll have to follow up. Poor Puke. Oh, he didn't follow up. He said, go score your touchdown. It's fine. Keeps his skink safe. Probably a wise choice. Problem is he's going to go down a touchdown here in the first half, and then he'll be on defense in the second half. And he has to win this game if he wants to make the semifinals. There is another strategic option, of course. If it's not looking like he can win, he can just basically concede the competition. He can say, you know what? I can't beat you. I'm not going to take any more risks. I'll defend you as best as I can without, putting my skinks at risk or something like that. And I'll try it again in the Dungeon Bowl. Turn 7 now for the mighty Tighty Whiteys. Yeah, let's move this ball down pitch. No need to GFI to score. They'll keep it safe for a turn. They'll score on turn 8. Well done on defense here by Artificial Bunny. My clock says that tomorrow is the release day for the System Shock remake. Is that true? Is that true? That would make Tuesday a holiday. Berserker Tempest asks System Shock. System Shock was an old, first-person RPG. There was System Shock 2. Yeah, the boss Shodan was like an AI, and it was a very famous boss. And no, that's a different game. But BioShock is a spiritual successor to System Shock. System Shock is one of my favorite computer RPGs. I love that game so much. Well done to foul a skink. Does not get called off the pitch. Gets a KO out of it. Well done. The skinks are not only AB7, but they have Stunty. Stunty makes them that much more fragile. Final turn of the first half. Friendly neighbor Kaiju just looking to get some hits in. They have a blitz. Oh, they're gonna foul? They're not gonna. They wouldn't dare foul. Fail to dodge. Turn 8 for the Mighty Tighty Whiteys. They're gonna walk this ball in. We'll see if they take any blocks first. I would score. Yeah, just score. Get on the board. 1-0. The Mighty Tighty Whiteys are gonna take the lead here in turn 8. Well done. And they will be on offense to start the second half. Coming right up. Wow, got back both of his KOs. Gets back his SARS and his Skank. He'll need it. So 11v10 on the pitch, I believe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it 9? 9. 11v9 on the pitch. 2-man player advantage for the Mighty Tighty Whiteys. Friendly neighbor Kaiju going with some semblance of an anchor. Doug the Minotaur, that's right, Play Blood Bowl. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. And yes, Play Blood Bowl. What a fun game this is, man. Ah, this game's been around for decades, and there's a good reason for it. I tell you what, for all the complaining I do about Games Workshop's like business model, man, they make great games. They make great games. I also really, really love the stuff they do with it. Doesn't apply to Blood Bowl too much, especially with Age of Sigmar, in replacing Warhammer Fantasy. But I really love sort of the intersection of gaming and fiction and hobby. I'm not too much into the hobby stuff. I don't really like the hobby stuff too much, but I do like that it's there. And I do like seeing all the cool stuff that people paint and the neat terrain they make and stuff. But I really like the games themselves and the lore. It's also really fun, playing Blood Bowl with people and people who've played exclusively Blood Bowl, and then they see something in like 40k. Oh boy, I tell you what, Mighty Tighty Whiteys are A-okay with this. 7 turns remaining in this game. They're in the lead 1-0. But like a Blood Bowl player, they'll see like the Dark Eldar, or what are they called now? The Drukhari. They're like, what are those? And you're like, oh, those are Dark Elves. Those are Space Dark Elves. I'm like, oh, I know who those people are. I recognize that. Two-die block, get things started. Gets the knockdown on the line. Blood Bowl. Absolutely one of my favorite board games ever made. I haven't really thought about it, but I'd say it's probably in my top 10. There's another Games Workshop board game called Space Hulk that I really, really like. Space Hulk is basically Aliens the movie, the board game. It's really good. Zergatev says, yeah, the Dark Elves that summoned Slanesh. It's the normal Eldar that summoned Slanesh, right? Like with all their avarice and hedonism and stuff. I don't know, something like that. I thought the Dark Eldar were one of the factions that like left. They were like, I don't want any part of this. Wow, gets an injury on the foul. Well done. Well done. Well done. Man, oh man, the Crocs is gone. Asaurus is gone. 2 skinks are gone. The mighty Tighty Whiteys. We talked about this a little bit in the pregame. I know we cut it short, but all this block, man. I mean, that was a foul, of course, but all this block, that's tough to go up against when you don't have the block. You have strength 4, but man, that's just another face on the die that's not safe for you. Who probably said, is that a journeyman? No, that's free ball and Frank. That's free ball and Frank. Turn 10 for the friendly neighbor Kaiju now. Oh, number 4 here? Yeah. Mighty Tighty Whiteys were down a player on their roster going into the game. Mighty Tighty Whiteys in the lead, 1-0. Not only are they in the lead, they are on offense, and they still have a wizard on deck. Berserker Tempest asks, are Norse playing Skaven? Are those Skaven in lizard hides? 2-die blitz on Pants Squatch. It's a knockdown. He's looking for a 9+. Doesn't get it. Speaking of, oh, gets a foul here. Trying to take Pants Squatch off the pitch. Doesn't do it. That foul was effectively an AV6. He's going to pull Baroth, the number 12 skink, way back into the safety position. 2 skinks back in the safety position as well. They'll make it 3. Speaking of board games, I'm going to tell you how I know a good time with board games. You want to know what I'm playing on Wednesday? I'm playing this. This is going to tell you that I know fun board games. Ready? I am playing Gandhi, the decolonization of British India. You want to talk about a good time? It's actually a really good game. Turn 11 for the mighty Tighty Whiteys. There was a riot at the beginning of this half that brought this down to a 7-turn half. And you can see this offense. Look at what he's done here. He has just shoved the defense aside. He said, go that way, sir, because I'm coming this way. Good pitch control by the mighty Tighty Whiteys. Stand up blitz by the Yeti. Pants Squatch is going to get the knockdown on the number 6 Saurus. Has to follow up due to frenzy. Takes a 1-die against Kezu. Gets a push on the frenzy follow-up. Will he take another 1-die? He will. He gets the knockdown this time. Oh boy. Yet another Saurus removed. What's that, 3 Saurus? Yeah, 3 Saurus is left on the pitch. Probably for the rest of the game. Let's see if the friendly neighbor Kaiju can get this ball back. They can't tie. They have to win if they want a shot at the semifinals, and it's getting less and less likely with each passing turn. One die blitz. Gets them both down and respends it. He's going to get the knockdown on Pants Squatch. Doesn't follow up. Still has plenty of movement left with Zora Magdaros. But decides not to move him. Gets a KO on Pants Squatch. Took a foul on the Yeti. He really wants this Yeti off the pitch. Got the removal, but the Oppo was spent, and Pants Squatch is going to stay on the pitch. He is stunned. That is a doctor worth his salary. He's just moving the skinks away. He says, I'm not even... Just get away from me. Turn 12 for the Mighty Tighty Whiteys. Looks like Merrick might be playing the strategic game we talked about earlier, where he says, you know what, forget it. Forget it, I'll keep my team safe. I'll try again in the Dungeon Bowl. S'mores Dragon says, you can't squatch these pants. No, sir. He can get a full 4-point cage here if he so desires. Takes a mark on Osiris. That's a good mark. Yeah, really well done here. Takes a mark on the skink as well. This is good positioning with the mark. Might have gone here, but he's going to go for the blitz instead. 3-die blitz. Gets a dodge push. He spends the reroll. And just gets a regular old push. Probably doesn't follow up here. Yeah, closes in the gap on this skink. This will allow him to not have to cover the back corner here on the ball carrier. Even though the skink is a strength 2, this way the skink really just can't get at the ball carrier at all. Not reasonably. Takes the 1 die, gets a both standing result on Legiana, and that will be it. Turn 12 for the friendly neighbor Kaiju. Final turn of the third quarter. They are down a touchdown. They need to win if they hope to make the semifinals. They've got 5 turns to get 2 touchdowns. Their entire team has been picked off, save for 3 skinks who are running away. Breaks armor with the SARS, gets a stun. Another foul. He really hates that Yeti. Turn 13, the Mighty Tighty Whiteys. They could score if they want to, but there's no reason to. With just 4 turns left, it's not looking likely that the friendly neighbor Kaiju are going to be able to win this game, but it can still happen. Let's see. Stand up Yeti blitz. What? What? Oh! Very clever! Wow! Very clever! Gets an injury on another skink. So what he did there was he took the blitz. He didn't want to block anyone, but the reason he took the blitz was because he's a wild animal. That reduced his wild animal roll from a 4+ to a 2+ for the repositioning. Very, very smart. Man, I love stuff like that. Man, I love this game so much. It's going to advance the ball to the opposing 22-yard line over on the left sideline. Very, very safe right now. Takes an uphill against Lavasioff. It'd be a both standing result. It'll be the turn 13 for the friendly neighbor Kaiju. We'll see what they do. They've got a 2-die against the Journeyman. They will have a 2-die against the Ulfwerener coming up shortly. Oh, we'll take that first. They got the knockdown. Wow, the skinks are coming back into play. He's going to foul again. All right, well, he's got 4 assists on this foul. He'll probably come in this way. He has given up the game. 2-die blitz to get another assist. All right, here it comes. 5 assists. He's looking for a 4+ on the foul. Let's go. Got the 4+. All he got was a stun, but he did not get called off the pitch. Turn 14 for the mighty Tighty Whiteys. Oh, fireball those guys! Fireball the yes, sir! That's 1. That's 2. Oh, that's all you got? Oh, what a terrible wizard. Turn 14 here. Took the fireball, only got 2 knockdowns on 2 Sauruses. Didn't get any of these skinks off the pitch. Now there's going to be a scrum for 3 turns around the the friendly neighbor Kaiju's 10-yard line. It's fair point. Probably says the whole team got fireballed. Every last one of them gets a pow on a skink. Looking for that 8. Doesn't get it. Yes, let's go! Falzosaurus gets a stun. Didn't get called off the pitch. Let's see if he pulls in another player. I'd probably just leave it the way it is. He says, nope. I don't need this old Ulfwerener. He'll come in and join the party. Oh man. Turn 14 now for the friendly neighbor Kaiju. Well, this is it right here. This is the game. We can just zoom right in on this 4x4 square. This is it. This is where everything's happening. Good dodge by Asaurus. Can he do it again? I guess he just wanted the assist, maybe? One die against the journeyman. Gets a pal. And Asaurus blitz. 2-die blitz. Gets the knockdown pants watch. What does he have against this Yeti? Doesn't break armor. He's got 2 assists on a foul, but I don't know who can get there for a foul. He could make it 3 assists if he wants to continue moving the Asaurus. Alright. Then just 1 assist and didn't break armor. Turn 15, the mighty Tighty Whiteys. Unless something wild happens, they're going to win this game 2-0. And they will have prevented the friendly neighbor Kaiju from advancing. That means Donkey Teeth will be advancing to the semifinals. 3 of the teams have been decided for the Spike Magazine trophy. Tried to blitz with Pants Squatch, failed the wild animal roll. Spent the reroll, failed the loner roll. Man. Oh man. Gets a KO on another Saurus. That's another removal. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players removed from the pitch. He's down to 5. 2 Sauruses, 3 Skinks. Blue Polish makes a good point. He says, I think he's hoping his Skinks get called off to safety and the refs are seeing through his schemes. I mean, he could have kept his Skinks safe over here when they ran away. Maybe just shot him this way or something, but fair enough. Turn 15 now for the friendly neighbor Kaiju. Good positioning to prevent the cheeky skink dodge blitz. 2-die blitz on the Ulfwerener under Werewolf Blitzer. Gets a KO. Hey, well done. Well done, you got yourself a removal. That's 2. It's still a 1,000-man player advantage for the mighty Tighty Whiteys. Gets the assist. It's currently a 1-die block against Depends. Probably makes it a 2-die here. Yep, there it is. 2-die unskilled block gets the push. Unless something magical... Well, can something... No, nothing can happen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No way to get to the ball carrier. Mighty Tighty Whiteys will score on turn 16. They'll take the lead 2-0. They'll leave the friendly neighbor Kaiju with 1 turn left to do something. If they get a riot, then they could potentially get on the board. Wow, the mighty Tighty Whiteys say, you know what? I don't need to score. I want to get some Kaz SPP too. Let's go. I'm winning already. Three-die blitz by the Yeti. Gets the POW. Murders the skink. Gets a stun out of it. He didn't murder the skink. The skink is fine. Giratodus is just stunned. Dances into the end zone. Oh, he's styling. Popping off. The mighty Tighty Whiteys increase their lead 2-0. Wow. Sports Dragon says, I mean, feel free to murder Geratonis. That guy is so annoying. It is a very annoying monster. Oh no, Fuerte's gonna come back onto the pitch. Hey, what about all these guys? Hey, Asaris is coming back, hooray! 1 turn left in this ball game. The mighty Tighty Whiteys are in the lead 2-0. Friendly neighbor Kaiju get 1 turn to do something on offense unless there's a riot, then they're guaranteed a second turn. With the mighty Tighty Whiteys win tonight, Donkey Teeth will advance along with the Dinner Bell Darlings into the Spike Magazine Trophy semifinals. That means, along with Knights of Nuffle from Division A, there are just 2 teams remaining in this competition. Skitter Twitch, Die, and the Damaged Dragons. If the Damaged Dragons win their match, then they will advance to the semifinals. Otherwise, it's going to be Skitter Twitch, Die. Here's the kick. That's going to do nothing. So that'll do it for this one. Friendly neighbor Kaiju are going to unfortunately lose this one, and they'll be eliminated from the competition, but we'll see if they'll be back in the Dungeon Bowl. The Friendly Neighbor Kaiju just got started in the Spike Magazine Trophy, so they didn't have the advantage of gaining SVP in the Chaos Cup. We'll see if Merrick continues to level this team up in the Dungeon Bowl, or if he chooses a different team. And that's the game. 2-0, the mighty Tighty Whiteys win. Oh, the Journeyman. The Journeyman gained the SPP. I think the mighty Tighty Whiteys will be have the money to hire him. That'll be fine. The Friendly Neighbor Kaiju pick up 5 SPP on Legiana, the injured skink. But I think that's okay. Mighty Tighty Whiteys dominated ball possession. They put on a clinic tonight. Excellent defense, excellent offense. And they walk away with the win, 2-0. And there you go. They're picking up 13 SPP. The Friendly Neighbor Kaiju are picking up just the 5 for the MVP. Well done by Artificial Bunny and the mighty Tighty Whiteys, and a good game by both coaches. Again, man, it's oh, come on, the Thunderdome. Come on, Thunderdome. Oh, I got caught with another one. Another pun. All right, you know what? Fine, I'll accept that. Let's take a look at the schedule before we leave. Good games by all 4 coaches tonight. We've got 4 games left in the week, but just one more left to air. That will be the Masters of MAML versus the Damaged Dragons. That's El Nubarino versus War Horsemen. Dark Elves versus Lizards. That is going to be this Thursday, June 1st at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's UTC -4. The Damaged Dragons looking for a win. If they win, they will advance to the semifinals. I'm looking forward to that game. After that, that will be the end of regular play in the Spike Magazine Trophy. The semifinals will get underway with the top 2 teams from each division will be ranked by their competition ordering. So it won't necessarily be the 2 Division Team A's versus the 2 Division B teams. They'll be ordered by performance from 1st to 4th, and then the 1st place team will play the 4th place team, and so on and so forth. But yeah, once the semifinals start to get underway, coaches will begin scheduling their matches, and you'll be able to check out and get alerted to those schedules on our website at maml.club. That's MAML.CLUB, here on Twitch, or on our social media pages on Twitter, Mastodon, and Facebook. You can listen to our podcast, MAML Talk. I was going to release the latest episode that we recorded months ago today, and I just didn't. Well, someday I'll get there. And watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl, man. What a fun game this is. What a fun game. You watch these last 2 matches. How can you not say, I want to play that. I want to do that. I want to drop a flying elbow on a gecko. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 2 and Blood Bowl 3 on Steam and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store until Thursday night at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Monday.